Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the interactive tool that we developed so that you can make a decision about whether you should implement a pre-procedural testing strategy in your endoscopy suite or not. Let's orient ourselves first. On the top left corner, you have the sensitivity and specificity. The numbers that you see here are based on the AGA rapid guideline. Um, um, Based on the systematic review and meta-analysis from that guideline. However, if you know the sensitivity and specificity for the test that you're using at your facility, you can actually change those numbers. As you can see here, you can change the confidence intervals as well as the point estimates. On the top right corner, you have the custom prevalence. This is the prevalence of asymptomatic individuals in your area, whether you have that from the public health institution or you have in your area or you have that from your facility. If you don't, we showed you in the prior videos how you can calculate the prevalence or at least an estimated prevalence. Here I'm going to use the estimated prevalence in the state of Missouri based on the calculations that we did, and you can change it here. And you have to put the percentage, so it's 2.71. This is why I showed you these earlier, 2.7, 3.9. On the left side, you have the prevalence that you're selecting, whether you have some auto-populated choice here, low prevalence 0.5, high prevalence 2%, or the custom prevalence, which is whatever number you pick here. Here you will see that prevalence that you selected. And on the right side, this is where you see the effects of those sensitivity, specificity, and prevalence, and how they interact with each other so that you can get a post-test probability. What we're interested in mostly is this diagram. And in this diagram, you will see the true positives, false positives, true negatives, and false negatives. So the true positives are those patients who are diagnosed, who test positive for SARS-CoV-2 infection, and they do actually have the infection. The false positives are those who test positive, but they do not have the infection. The true negatives are those who test negative for SARS-CoV-2, and they do not have the infection. And then you have the false negatives, and those are individuals who test negative, but they do actually have the infection. And these numbers here will change depending on the sensitivity, specificity, and the prevalence. So I'm going to show you now how, when I change the prevalence to the low prevalence, how those numbers will change. And if you change to the high prevalence, they will change as well. And if you change to the custom prevalence, they will change. And similarly, if you change your sensitivity and specificity, those numbers will change as well. We hope that those numbers will allow you to make an informed decision about whether you should implement a pre-procedural testing strategy as outlined in the guideline or not. Thank you.